Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. We have been studying the Shankar's commentary on the fourth sutra of Bhadarayana Vyasa Shariraka Mimamsa Shastra, commonly known as Brahma-Sutras Chatussutri, and he is showing that the statement that that which is not directly connected with action has no meaning. And Shankaracharya is telling this cannot be taken in a strict sense, because there are sentences which ask us not to do anything. No, not to do anything does not lead to any action. It just stops us from some action. And so if that is valid, then why not the sentences telling us the reality, nature of the reality? Because the validity does not depend upon action. Validity depends upon the purpose served. And if karma, good or bad karma, don't do good karma, if you do, if this serves the purpose of giving us some fruit of karma, then this nature of the thing gives us the fruit of our life being fulfilled. That is the validity. So, in that respect, we were reading this. Apicha Brahmana na hantavya iti cha evam adya nivrutti upadishyate. A Brahmin should not be killed. So, what action it leads us to? Nothing. It's only desist from some action. Nacha sa kriya, na api kriya sadhanam. Apicha, that is neither an action nor a means of action. Akriyarthanam upadesha anarthaka chet. If you say that not involved in action, then the sentence is meaningless. Brahmana na hantavya ityadi nivrutti upadeshanam anarthakam praptam. Then these sentences that Brahmin should not be killed will also have become meaningless. Such anishtam. But that is not desirable. Nacha svabhava prapta hanti artha anuragena naya shakyam aprapta kriyarthatvam kalpayitum hanana kriya nivritya udasenya vatirekena svabhava prapta hanti artha anuragena. That means naturally some instinct has come to kill. Anuragena. That means the mind is bent towards killing. Naya, then we have said, don't. Shakyam aprapta kriyarthatvam. Aprapta kriyarthatvam. That means we are not getting any kriya there. Kalpayitum hanana kriya nivritya udasinya vatirekena. We cannot imagine any kriya there, except that hanana kriya which had come normally, then nivrutti, withdrawal from that, audasinya. So, the state comes with audasinya, not some other contrary action. Don't kill a Brahmin means go and kill a Kshatriya. So, don't kill a Brahmin, only give us audasinya. That means not doing anything. Nayacha esha svabhava yat swasambandhena abhavam bodhayati. That is the meaning of that na hantavya. That the very na, its nature is that with whatever you connected, it tells the abhava of that. It tells the absence of that. Abhava buddhicha udasinya karanam. And when that is rejected, then what comes is udasinata. Sacha dagda indana agnivat swayameva upashamyati. Example is that the wood getting burnt, then the fire becomes quiet. Similarly, when the desire to do some action is stopped, then we are quiet. Tasmat prasakta kriya nivritya audasinam eva brahmana nahantavya iti yadishu pratishadartham manyamahe. So we think that prasakta kriya nivritti, some mind was going towards some kriya and it has been stopped from there, and resultant is udasinata. That much is the meaning of the pratishada vakyas. Anyatra prajapati vrata adipya. There is an exception to this rule also. एक प्रजापति व्रत है, यानी सूर्य देवता के प्रति व्रत है ब्रह्मचारियों का. तो वहां एक स्पेशल ओकेजन है कि ये मत करो, ये करो, ऐसा. तो ये मत करो कहना, ये करो कहने के लिए है. ये एक एक्सेप्शन है प्रजापति व्रत के बारे में. पर नहीं तो ब्राह्मण को मत मारो, ये तो निषेधार्थी वाक्य है. तो जहाँ जो एक्सेप्शन है वो भी दिखा दिया आचार्य ने कि यहाँ एक एक्सेप्शन है कि ऐसा मत करो का मीनिंग वैसा करो हो रहा है, परंतु जनरल में ऐसा मीनिंग नहीं होता है. तस्मात् पुरुषार्थ अनुपयोगी उपाख्यान आदि भूतार्थवाद विषय अनर्थक्य अभिधानम द्रष्टव्यम. So what Gemini has said, he is telling that the Gemini has said such sentences are meaningless. So where it is applicable, that some story is telling Gemini, Vedas, and they are not useful in any work or any achievement. Bhutarthavada, it is telling about some existing facts. That is meaningless. If he is telling some story about some existing fact and it is not useful in achieving any result, then that is meaningless. That should be the meaning of what Gemini says, meaningless. Yadapi uktam कर्तव्य विधि अनुप्रवेशम अंतरेण वस्तु मात्रम उच्यमानम अनर्थकम स्यात् सप्तद्वीपा वसुमती इत्यादिवत इति तत्परिहृतम रज्जु इयं न अयं सर्प इति वस्तुमात्र कथने अपि प्रयोजनस्य दृष्टत्वात्. There is a statement that the earth has 7 islands. No, that is meaningless. It is not used in any karma. But it is telling about an existing fact. Like that, don't think that the nature of the Atman telling is, it is not like that. It is not describing an objective thing which we can go and see. That is meaningless. But this is a rope, not a snake. We are telling only the truth as it exists, removing the delusion. And there the prayojan, the function is there. We see the function. Now, a previous objection has come back again. Nanu Shruta Brahmana api yatha purvam sansaritva darshanat na rajju swarupa kathanavat arthavatvam iti uktam. If you tell this is a rope, not a snake, immediately our fear is gone. But somebody has heard that you are Brahman, even then, is sansaritva goes on. That is what we see. An important statement, because what to do? Should I not tell the wrong statements of people? There is an ashrama. Well, I will not tell the name. And they say openly that there is nothing called meditation. There is nothing called samadhi. There is nothing called aparoksha anubhav. You hear Vedanta from us and you are a Vedanti. And so, that is the case which is presenting. That we have heard. He says we have understood. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Vera Vedanti. And we have reached the truth. So, he is telling that even by hearing, nothing has happened. I had to tell in that Sabha that unless we have an experience from Viveka Chudamani, 108 shlokas are there which tell about Dhyan, Samadhi, Anubhav. And Shankar says there, Vina Parokshanubhavam Brahma Shabdair na muchyate. Na gacchati vina panam vyadir aushada shabdata. Vina Parokshanubhavam Brahma Shabdair na muchyate. If you do not take the medicine, only saying medicine will not cure you. Similarly, if you say Brahma, it will not release you. Without the direct, more than direct experience. So, he says that we see that people continue in sansaritva even after they are heard. Atra uchyate. Now we are giving a clear reply to that. Na avagata brahma atma bhavasya yatha purvam sansaritam shakyam darshayitum veda pramana janita brahma atma bhava virodhat. So the word he has put is avagata. We are not saying about hearing. We are not saying about thinking. We are not saying about meditating. We are saying about knowing. We are saying about experiencing. So, if somebody has experienced that Brahman is my Atman, then his sansaritva like before will not happen. You cannot show any example where the man has known, actually realized that Brahman is myself. About him, you cannot show that his sansaritva is continued. Because that is what the Vedas have told us. Vedas are praman. That Brahma Atma Bhava gives you moksha. Shankara has described it at great length up till now. That Brahma Atma Bhava, that means realization, the state in which Brahman is Atman. How it has come? Veda praman. And it is opposite of that sansaritva can continue. Vedas very clearly tell us, yatra tu eva atmaiva bhut. That means when this realization takes place, no more sansaritva. You are that moment free. How many times Vedas have told that? Nahi sharira adi atma abhimanina dukkha bhaya adimattam drishtamiti tasyeva veda pramana janita brahma atma avagame tat abhimana nivruttau tadeva mithya jnana nimittam dukkha bhaya adimattam bhavati iti shakyam kalpayitum. Question is that one is identified with the body, etc. And because of that, he has dukkha, pain, fear, adimatvam. That means he is with pain and fear. We see that. It does not mean that when the Vedas used as means of knowledge, that has given him the realization of Brahman as Atman. So his Dehabhiman has gone away. In him, this dukkha, bhaya, etc. were due to wrong knowledge. That again exists. It cannot be imagined even. A man had identification with the body, he had dukkha, bhaya, etc. But Vedas, listening to Vedas, he has come to realize that Brahman is myself. Then his identification with the body has gone, and that dukkha, bhaya, etc., which were due to wrong knowledge, it still continues. That you cannot show. He gives an outside example for that. Nai dhanina grastasya dhana abhimanina dhana apahara nimittam dukkham drishtam iti tasya eva pravrajitasya dhana abhimana rahitasya tadeva dhana apahara nimittam dukkham bhavati. A man is an householder, he has some wealth and he is proud of his wealth, and somebody has stolen his wealth. Then he feels pain. But same man, if he becomes a sannyasi, real sannyasi, and he has no identification with that wealth, and such a man's wealth, if somebody steals, he does not feel pain. That is the real sannyasi. A sannyasi is not identified with his wealth. Wealth may be there, and somebody might have stolen the wealth. Let us face some examples, then we understand. There was a sage, Pavahari Baba. Pavahari Baba, meaning is that he eats air and lives. The fact was not so. People's impression was like that. He was in Gazipur near the Ganges, and he used to live in a cave. And once in a while, once in 15 days, he used to come out. And people used to keep potatoes or rice or something, and he used to take away and live with that for 15 days. So people said that he lives in air only. Now, seeing that he lives in cave, some thief imagined that he will have wealth. So the thief entered the kutia. Pawari Baba was in samadhi or dhyan. There was nothing there except cooking utensils. So the thief collected those cooking utensils, made a bundle of them, and ran away, was going away. At that point, Pawari Baba's eyes opened. Seeing that, the thief dropped that bundle and ran away. Pawari Baba picked up that bundle and ran behind the thief. Thief thought that he wants to catch me red-handed. So he ran fast. Pawari Baba ran faster than him, being a yogi. And when he caught him, he said, "Take, it is yours, because you have coveted that. So it is yours, you please take." Now, do you know where this story ended? Swamiji was traveling in a train, and opposite of him, one sadhu was sitting. And Swamiji told him this story about Pawari Baba. That sadhu said, "You have told me only half the story. You have not told me what happened to that thief." Swamiji said, "I do not know that." He said, "It is this sitting before you." So much change has come in the thief. And Pawari Baba told him, "It is yours, you take away." So here the statement is only passive, that it does not feel pain. He felt pain for the man who was taking away, not for himself. There is a similar story, the bishop's candles. A poor man took residence with a bishop. Bishop allowed him to sleep. In the night, that man saw the silver candle stands of the bishop, and he took them away and ran away. Police caught him, and they could recognize that they are bishop's candlestick. So they brought him to bishop. Bishop said, "Arey, I had given it to him. Why you are arresting him? I have given it to him." So that is the sannyasi. So Grihastha, when he becomes a sannyasi, his identification with the money has vanished. So previously, he was a Grihastha and somebody stole the money, he would have felt sorry. But now he does not feel sorry. Common occurrence, you will say. Another example he is giving. Nacha kundalina, kundalitva abhimana nimittam sukham drit. That was about the dukkham, not about sukham. A man has put some earrings, and because of his identification with those earrings, he feels happy. That does not mean that if the kundals are removed and he has no identification with those kundals, then he will feel pleasure. A man who was liking being identified with the kundals was putting the kundals and feeling happy. But if he does not like them, then removing that, then it is not feeling happy even if he puts it or not puts it. Tat uktam shrutya ashariram avasantam na priya priya sprushata iti. And that is what Vedas have told us, that so long as you have a body, priya and apriya will are inevitable. And if you are bodiless, if you don't have the body consciousness, this pleasure and pain will never touch you even. Now, some people wrongly think that they cannot understand how bodiless consciousness is. So they think that this can happen only when a man dies. Sharire patite ashariretam syat na jivata iti chet. Can we not think that while living, a man can never feel bodiless? Only when the body falls, then only this bodiless comes. No. He says, no, that is not right. Sa shariratva mithya jnana nimittatvat. That is not his real nature. Being possessed of a body or having body consciousness is not the real nature. That is due to wrong knowledge. So it does not require death to get out of that. It requires knowledge to get out of that. Nai atmana sharira atma abhimana lakshanam mithya jnanam muktva anyatha sashariratam shakyam kalpayitum. Sharira is my self. This identification of oneself is wrong knowledge. Other than wrong knowledge, you cannot imagine a man possessing a body. A man having body consciousness without wrong knowledge cannot be imagined. Nityam asharirattam akarma nimittatva. We are shown again and again that this bodilessness is permanent. It is not due to some karma. Some karma has not led him to feel ashariratva. That discussion has gone. So he said that we already told you that ashariratva has not come due to karma. It is his real nature. So it is permanent, unchangingly permanent. Tat kruta dharma adharma nimittam sashariratvam iti chet. Again. But he has done some good and bad work. So he has got the body conscious. This is ulta. When he has body consciousness, he will do good and bad work. No, it is not right. Sharira sambandhasya asiddhatvat dharma adharmayo atma krutatva asiddha. If we have no connection with the body, then I have done punya, I have done pap itself is not possible. Self, Atman is not doing punya or pap. Punya or pap are being doing by the Atman which is wrongly identified with the body. So if the identification of the body itself does not stand in the real nature, then anything done is not due to Atman. Sharira sambandhasya dharma adharmayo tat krutatvasya cha itara ashrayatva prasangat anna parampara esha anaditva kalpana. Now, this is an infinite regress. If body is not there, how punya pap will come? If punya pap is not done, how will get next body? Now, which is beginning, which is second, cannot be said because both are unreal. In unreal things, no necessity of first and second. Both are unreal in the like dream. But if they are real, then you have to tell which is first. And this cannot be told. Then people say that chain is infinite. But what is a chain? Links. So which link is first you cannot tell. They will say that chain is infinite. He says this Anaditva, being infinite, is only a blind tradition. It's a blind tradition to think that it is infinite change. Because you cannot, they depend upon each other. Body depends on Punyapap depends on body, they depend upon each other. You cannot say that the chain is infinite, it is due to wrong knowledge. Kriya samavaya abhavacha atmana karturtva anupapatte. So Atma has no connection with any karma, so it is never a doer, karta. Sannidhana matrena raja pravrittinam drishtam kartrutvam iti chet na. Now this is the Sankhya idea. That a king does not do anything. His prime minister does everything. But the king is the doer. King gets the fruit thereof. Simply because his presence, the officers do karma, but the doer is Raja. He said, don't think that Raja does not do anything. It is only gross vision. Dhana, dana, adi, uparjita, brutta, sambandhitvat, tesham karturtva upapatte. He is paying salary to the minister. He is giving gifts to his officers. And so he has come in relation with master and servant. And so doership has come to him. Raja's doership is not due to not doing anything. He may not be doing something by his hands, but he is giving them salary, he is giving them gifts. And so that is his doership. Natu atmana dhana dana adivat sharira adivi swaswami bhava sambandha nimittam kinchit chakyam kalpayitum. Now come to the Atman. Does the Atman give salary to the body? Does he give gift to the body? So that you will be the master of the body. We cannot conceive any relation of the body with Atman. Mithya vimana to pratyaksha sambandha hetu. And the connection is clearly due to wrong knowledge. Connection is clearly due to wrong knowledge. Etena yajamanatvam atmana vyakyatam. So king, an example is there. Other example is yajaman. That means a man decides to do hava, puja. So he employs some priest and they do puja and he gets the fruit. He said there also he is paying the pujari. So he gets the fruit. Not that by not doing anything, get the fruit. Now the last point has come. The last point is, don't call it wrong knowledge. It is a secondary something. Secondarily something. Atrahu. So up till now he has cleared every point. But the last point is, Atrahu, deha adi vyatiriktasya atmana atmiye deha ado aham abhimana gauna na mithya iti chet. No. Body, indriyas, mind, etc. The relation with Atman is, this is my body, this is my mind, is a gauna. It is a secondary, subsidiary relation, not wrong relation, not unreal or false relation. It is a secondary relation that I feel I am the body or I am the mind. Now, how is the secondary relation? We know two things are separate, a man and a lion. And we tell the man, oh, you are hero like a lion. That is secondary relation. Secondary relation exists when we are clearly aware of the two separate things. And we praise a man or blame a man, giving the other example. That is called Govt relationship. प्रसिद्ध वस्तु भेदस्य गौणत्व मुख्यत्व प्रसिद्धे. प्रसिद्ध वस्तु भेदस्य, when the difference is clearly known, then the secondary relation or main relation, one becomes the main, one becomes secondary. This is possible only when there is a critical understanding. Don't go by superficial understanding. Go deep and see. So this is possible only when we know the difference. Yasai prasiddha vastu veda. See, example. Yatha kesara adiman akruti vishesha अन्वयवती रेखाभ्याम सिंह शब्द प्रत्यय भाग मुख्य अन्य सिद्ध. The lion has hair below his neck. They are called kesar. Now, and he has a particular body. If he does not have that, he is not loyal. If he has them, then only he is a loyal. Anvayavati rekapta. Simha shabda pratyaya. So when somebody says a lion, our consciousness comes about the lion just when we see those things and not when we do not see those things. And that is called the main meaning of the word lion. Anya siddha. Tatacha anya. So he is a different people. Tatacha anya purusha. Other than him, there is a man. Prayikai kraurya shaurya adibe sima gunai sampanna. He has plenty of the cruelty of the lion, the heroism of the lion. These qualities he has. Tasmin Purusha Simha Shabda Pratyayu Gona. And when we say that you are a lion, then that is Govt. A lion, when we see and we say lion, it is man. And a man, he has bravery and cruelty like a lion, and we call him a lion, that is secondary. Na aprasiddha vastu vedasya. Where we do not see the two separate things, then there cannot be man and Govt there at all. तस्य तु अन्यत्र अन्य शब्द प्रत्यय भ्रांति निमित्तो एव भवता न. If two things are not separately seen and we think one is the other, then that is wrong knowledge, not secondary knowledge. And that is from the beginning he has been showing that consciousness which is Atman, absolutely different from body, mind, etc., which are matter. They are absolutely different, and this difference is not seen by us, and then only this Maya or Avidya comes. तस्य तु अन्यत्र अन्य शब्द प्रत्ययो भ्रांति निमित्तो एव भवता न गौणो. यथा एग्जाम्पल यथा मंद अंधकारे स्थाणु अयमिति अग्रूयमाण विशेषे पुरुष शब्द प्रत्ययो स्थानि विषयो यथा वा शुक्तिकायाम अकस्मात् रजतमिदम् इति निश्चितो शब्द प्रत्ययो तद्वत् देह आदि संघाते अहमिति निरुपचारेण शब्द प्रत्ययो आत्मा अनात्मा अविवेकेन उत्पद्यमानो कथम गौणो शक्य वदितुम्. In semi-darkness, there is a pillar, and we do not see it. If we do not see its special characteristics, so we say he is a man, and we feel he is a man. This is not Govt, this is a mistake. This is a Bhranti. We do not know the difference. We do not see the two things, man and pillar, man and trump of a tree. And so, trunk of a tree we imagine is a man in semi-darkness. So that is not Govt, that is wrong. Other example, Shuktikayam akasmat rajatamitam. There is that mother of pearl, nacre, and without any reason, we think that it is silver. So we do not know two things separately there. And so a wrong knowledge comes, it is not Govt. So the word and the corresponding consciousness become so firm there. That is the example of wrong knowledge. Similarly, see, body, etc., other combination, I consciousness, nirupacharena, we do not know. We are not formally saying that I am not the body. Formally, it is not a formal word. We are using the word and we have the consciousness that I am the body. Why? Because we do not see what is Atman and what is Anatman. We do not see the difference. From that it is born this identification, I am the body. Katham Gavna Shakyavati. How can you call it is Gaun? A man and lion difference is known, and if we say the man is lion, that is Gaun. But we do not know. We are different from body and mind. And so when we say we are body and mind, it is wrong knowledge. It is not secondary. Atma Anatma Vivekanam api Panditanam Ajavipalanam Iva Avivikto Shabda Pratyayo Bhavata. He had at one place, he had equated Pandits with cow. Now he is equating Pandit with the cow herds, shepherds. Ajavipalanam Iva. Atma Anatma Vivekanam api Panditanam. Vivek means theoretical knowledge that Atman and Anatma is different. Such scholars are there. But they are just like shepherds. Because in their consciousness, they do not know the separation between Atma and Anatma. Avivikto Shabda Pratyayo Bhavata. They are non-separated. Atman and Anatma. Two clearly things and two clear pratyaya is not in them. That is only in their theory. So again, he is telling that it is not a question of hearing or seeing or anything, it is a question of real knowledge. Tasmat deha adi vyatirikta atma asthitvavadinam deha adu aham pratyaya mithya eva na gauna. Now those who think about the transmigratory soul, they have never seen their soul. So that is due to wrong knowledge. And they think we possess a body. They think Atman is separate from the body, but they have not seen it. And they have, in the body, they have consciousness I. That is wrong knowledge, not Govt. The people, not ordinary people, general Indians who believe in transmigration, so they think Atman is different from body. But they have never seen it separate from the body. So that is wrong knowledge, not secondary. Tasmad mithya pratyaya nimittatvat sasharirasya siddham jivatapi vidusha ashariratvam. So while living, the feeling that I am with the body is due to wrong knowledge. And in contrast, if a man is a knower, then even while living, he is not having body consciousness. So the problem was, only by death he will become bodiless. That is not true. Bodilessness depends upon knowledge, not the physical death. That he has proved now, up till now. That It is due to wrong, not Govt. It is due to wrong knowledge that I am the body. And if he knows the reality, then this is not there. Tathacha Brahmavid Vishaya Shruti. And this is what the Vedas have told us. Tad yatha ai nirlevani valmike mruta pratyastha shahita evam eva idam shariram shete atha yam asharira amruta prana brahma eva teja eva iti. Serpents give up their outer skin. It was there one of the time. It is now lying separately. This serpent does not feel now that is my skin. So this is the example that a man of knowledge who had the body consciousness before, but he has got knowledge now. So he is now bodiless. He is immortal, he is prana, he is Brahma, he is Tej. That is all applicable to a man of knowledge. His body is there, but he does not. The body is there, but he does not feel that he is the body. That is the main thing. And there is Shruti quotation further. Sachakshu achakshu iva, sakarna akarna iva, savak avak iva, samana amana iva, saprana aprana iva iticha. He has eyes, but as if he has no eyes. That means he does not know that he has eyes. He is with the ear, but he is without the ear. He has no ear is mind consciousness. Similarly, he has Vani, but he is like without Vani, because he has no consciousness that it is my Vani. He has mind, but he has no mind, because he is not conscious that he is mind. He is prana, breathing, animation, but he has no connection with that animation. Smriti apicha. Maharaj is listening. Maharaj? Maharaj,
Yes.
Shall I leave it here and complete on the next turn?
Yes, for whatever you feel, Maharaj.
Better to complete on the next turn, Maharaj.
So only one more class will be there.
If you feel like that, I can continue, but now I think it is better to stop here.
Yes, Maharaj. So how many more classes it will take? One more class it will take.
Yes, one more class let us have.
Yes. So it will be complete by one more class?
Now only 2 pages are remaining in mind.
Yes.
This very thing about Asharira is being concluded, Govt and Mithya.
So next Wednesday.
So next Wednesday we shall complete.
That is 2nd March.
Yes, 2nd March.
After that, we'll go for Mundakopa.
After that, you asked me to take Mundakopa.
Yes.
So you can make the announcement and all that.
Yes, ma'am. From 9th. From 9th.
Oh, from 9th. From
yes.
9th one.
Yes, ma'am.
And next time, if you like to conclude, you may also talk something.
No, we can conclude in second.
Yes. Now on the conclusion day, if you want to talk something, you can tell.
Yes.
So today I stop now.
Yes.
Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanam.